Hi, my beautiful yet deeply misunderstood life path number 33. 33 could be appearing anywhere in your numerology, but this video is for you. And this is going to be my first tarot reading for life path 33. And this channel is all about 33 being in their villain era. And as the name suggests, you can understand that I am frustrated with all the information there is about master number 33. It's the master teacher number. It's all about, like this person who's so focused on self sacrifice and taking care of everybody else because we are the carriers of unconditional love and divine energy and blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you, I feel like so much of it comes from major influence of association of 33 with Christ consciousness. And I think that, yes, that's half the story, but that's not the full story of our mission on earth right now as 33. Constantly being reminded that we're supposed to be like Jesus Christ, I beg to differ. I don't think that's what our mission is right now. In fact, I feel like our mission is to, if we are rebirthing or there's a resurrection, maybe it's about self acceptance, self love, self integration, more boundaries. So the reason why I'm starting this channel, before I even begin the tarot reading, I want to tell you, is because I'm myself a life path 33, and most of my life I have learned it the hard way that I need to take care of myself. And I like to do tarot readings at night, and I like to pull from different cards. It's a full moon, and I thought, what could be a better timing than to start now? There are birds chirping. I don't know if you can hear, and it's night time. So let's see what the first deck has to say for you. I'll just pull. Let me see what number I'm feeling into. Let's just pull the first card from this deck and then see. Actually, two cards have come, so I'll let it be that way. Let's see what the first card is. The first card is the Fool card. So interesting. We are beginning with the Fool card. Let me also open the second card. The second card is the Compromise. Very interesting cards. This is because where I was going with my initial message, that see, the Fool trusts the divine. There is a knowing in life path 33 that you're protected by divine guidance, that you hold a VIP special seat in the godly realm. You're constantly connected to the supernatural. You're getting messages, you see through things. Having said that, you come with that spirit consciousness, but the amount of trauma that 33 gets in their childhood, in their physical life, eventually you are only appreciated for compromising yourself. You learn to almost, you see this duality here, your shadow is like screaming to you that stop doing this to yourself, stop doing this to yourself. But somehow all the love, I'm also hearing right now that maybe you had a mother figure, and it could be anybody else in your caregiving, but I don't know what, maybe for some of you, you had a mother who taught you, somehow her message towards you was that sacrifice yourself, and that's the only way you can find love from me. And to be honest, not love, like you can not be abandoned by me if you sacrifice yourself. So somehow you learned to pick up the role of being the martyr very early on. Maybe what's the word that is coming for you right now is that maybe you learn to put yourself second, like you learn to become the parent for your parent. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So while the potential without trauma of the Fool is this crystal like energy that knows that it's that there is more to life than life and death, and also that the everyday worries of life, like like, oh my god, am I going to get a job, oh my god, am I going to get married? 33 life path at some point transcends these things. Or maybe very early on in your life you started questioning that the systems we live in, why aren't people thinking about things deeper than this? Why are they not feeling into deeper things about nature, about spirit, about the universe? Or even a lot of 33 want to bring their spirit nature into practicality by helping others, by making a change in the world, but you may have felt underappreciated. So I want to pull out a card from the ancestral deck for you. And let's see what comes up, because I feel like we will get a message. Some of us also have, like, this ancestral curse that we are supposed to break, right? It breaks with us. And in order to break that, sometimes it's like our ancestors are supporting us, but our current environment, it could be a family, it could be other kind of relationships, they don't want you to break free. And because they are afraid, they've given up their souls to trauma, to the devil. And I just want to see what message is there from your ancestors. So I'll pull again 2 cards so we can see exactly what comes up. um, yeah, so the 2 cards that have come are the wise one. um, Within your current situation, rise within your current situation. Let me just bring it closer. No, grow within your current situation. I'm opening this one, and there's an owl and a moon. And I have been thinking about owls through different messages for so long, and enjoy growth and reap rewards. So, you see, why I wanted to pick up the ancestral deck now is because I wanted you guys to see that what your ancestors are wanting to communicate, what is the path for you. Next time I have to place them slightly better, or do something with my camera, because I feel like it's not clear as how I would like it to show. But the message is more important, and I have to begin somewhere. One of the things I'm unlearning as a 33 is perfection. Like, everything is not supposed to be perfect. So the ones who are meant to find this video will find it at the right time. So I feel like, let's go with this card, right? The wise one. Grow within your current situation. I feel like, just by looking at the lady and the crow and the owl and the moon, this is like more towards like a female in the ancestral line who has been looking after you. Sometimes we don't realize that there are spirits around us trying to communicate things to you. And I think one of the gifts of Life Path 33 is that I don't know if you feel that way, but a lot of times you may feel like you're being taken advantage of. No one is really reciprocating the level of depth and the level of love you're giving to them. But one way to look at this situation differently is that it's like, like somebody who wakes up and realizes that this is a matrix, it's a simulation, and you've been given the task of divine missions. And in this way, you have the capacity. Yeah, what's coming to me right now is you have the capacity to see through people's soul potential, but also to see through their shadows. But the problem is that they're on a soul journey where you can be a catalyst for change, but you cannot save them. One of the problems that we have as 33 is we try to save people. We are addicted to saving others. And I think our shadow, if you see the crow here, because the wisdom comes from the owl and the death comes from the crow, and she's the carrier of both, right? So I feel like the crow here is suggesting that we need to, what is our shadow? Maybe our shadow is that we try to save others constantly because we don't know who we are without saving others. Maybe we are really afraid of being saved ourselves, and that could be our shadow. Even though, like, in a healthy way, the carrier of Life Path 33 means that you can help others from a full cup. But right now we're doing it from a place of emptiness. And that goes back to the childhood wound that I was talking about through compromise, that you might have had a mother who would have taken advantage of, or someone around you, of your innocence, of your ability to just trust people easily, help them, and love them unconditionally. And that cost you your boundaries, that cost you your self altogether. So this woman here is reminding you to reclaim that balance, to begin to investigate the shadow, that why am I addicted to saving others? Why? Ask yourself that. That's the work I'm also doing, and I have become a hermit over the years because it is, and people don't like it. People really don't like it. So I think the lady, this is your higher version in a way. It's very connected to earth. If you see that she's so green and there's like fruits in her hands, and I think all of this symbolizes that finally when you've grounded yourself on earth, right, all the greenery is about being on earth. Here you are still in some kind of like spacey divine, because see, with 33 comes a lot of gifts, but also ungrounded energy. You come with so much potential, almost like a superhero or superwoman, and then you're not appreciated and you're going through all the suffering, and in between somewhere you just feel like you're useless, or nobody's taking you seriously, none of this is working out. And that is when this is what this card is reminding you, that you will reap your rewards and you will enjoy growth if you learn to put yourself first. And how will that happen? When you ground on earth. And how do you ground on earth? By living a slow mindful life. That means when you're in your body, more present, taking care of yourself, really I don't know if this will connect with somebody, But for me, my breath was a huge indicator. It still is. A lot of times I'm breathing in ways which just shows that I'm suffocated, like as though I've taken on too much energy from other people and I'm not able to breathe in properly. So I feel like it's extremely important for Life Path 33 to begin to ground themselves on earth. And see, you know it, we are not here to, like, most of us don't want that big luxury car. Those are not our dreams. Having said that, I have come to realize that yes, I would like to eat nice food. I would like to sleep well. I would like to be a human, and enjoy my human experience and not feel guilty. And what if let's say, for example, I, it's never going to be just the goal of my life that if I have money, I'm just going to buy a big house. But but at the same time, I tell myself that there are things I like and I don't feel guilty about it, because 33 always feels more responsibility towards everything. But you can trust that divine part of you. It will always stay with you. Even if you become a billionaire or millionaire, you're not the kind of person that doesn't know what to do with your money. But the problem with you is that you overdo for the outside, you judge yourself, you self doubt, you self punish, because somewhere there was this inherent message in you here that said that you need to self sacrifice, you need to feel guilty about having needs, about having desires. And I'm telling you the opposite. You can have needs, you can have desires because you are a human being having a spiritual experience. Or you could say the opposite way. But I would like to say for us, the message should be said this way: we are human beings having a spiritual experience. So, you have to ground on earth. Okay. And I want to pull out two more cards for you from the moon deck, maybe, because I think I want to see what today is a full moon, and let's see what the moon deck reveals. But if I can tell you something, what I'm feeling right now into is this energy of self acceptance and self respect. Like when I used to watch a lot of information about Life Path 33, a lot of times I felt like there was always this energy of feeling validated that, oh yeah, this is me. I just want to do good for everybody. I don't know what my identity is without service. But it was only when I became a hermit I realized that, oh my god, what if this all is not really true? What if I'm supposed to take care of myself? What if I'm supposed to make an impact in the world? So there was a short interruption there, but let's continue. The two moon cards that I got for you. One is the focus card, which is so interesting, right? Because your last card was the lady ancestral card, and this is where the message I was getting was how you need to be on earth and not just be constantly, in the divine realm, and ground yourself in your body, take care of yourself. Because a lot of times, most of our trauma is in our body, and we don't want to be in our body, so we save others so that we don't have to save ourselves. And this is something which is a huge wound in Life Path 33. While one way to look at it is that you chose all of this suffering so you can learn about humanity's suffering and then transcend it. But I think the human aspect of it is you need to first transcend it by healing your own trauma. So from there, we move on to this card, which is focus. If you see, the mental energy is actually being protected by this crystal like white light. And I think this is important because focusing on our own health, on our own needs is extremely difficult for us. Sacrificing ourselves comes very easy to us. And actually, we have to reverse the fool game from compromising ourselves to, to our ancestor reminding us that no, come on, work on your shadow of self sacrifice, ground on earth, and then finally ground your mental space also in your body. So if your focus is on yourself, and if you protect your aura and your energy and don't feel called to be the savior, because see, martyr complex is not a healthy thing. A lot of times we think that 33 means, oh, be a Jesus Christ. But I want to make a separate video about this. But I don't think that by self sacrifice, religion did something amazing. If anything, the world only got worse after such kind of martyrs. So I'm not so sure if that's the mission for most of us, even though we've been fed that through scriptures. But you have to understand, 33 is a vibration that directly connects you to so many energies in in the divine realm, in the deeper realms of earth. So I don't think that it's just about love and light. I think it's deeper than that. and grounding yourself on earth. And yes, the final card that I want to talk about is the pleasure card. I feel like this is something that we feel so guilty about as 33. We feel like pleasure is not for us. And maybe one of the things that I'm getting right now is this video will find those who are actually ready to say yes to themselves. Like, this is the message that is coming to me before ending this reading, that a 33 life path will find this video when they're like, I want some pleasure in my life. I don't want to any longer feel shame and guilt. Maybe you grew up in an environment where the only way you could ever be seen was by not existing. You see how contradictory that is? Do not exist, which basically means I love you if you abandon yourself. And you got so used to that being your identity that the idea of pleasure, the idea of actually, and a lot of times Christ consciousness, and because of such strict religions, um, 33, like, it's so easy to see your human desires as sin, right? But I'm getting the message that some of you need to just go and take massages, do like, I know bubble baths don't solve everything, but when I started really listening to my body and even pampering myself with a little salt water bath or anything that you can do for yourself, maybe you want to, I don't know, there's something like you really want to experience. And a lot of times it doesn't have to be just outwardly material things. It could actually be related to taking care of your body. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. It could be a lot internal, but through the body. So you're going to get a lot of readings from me. And I'm just doing all of this to be part of a community and to deliver messages to you guys, as I've learned so much in my hermit journey as a 33. And it has brought me to a much better situation. I'm still struggling in many ways. I'll be transparent with you. But that's going to be our first reading. And I wish you a wonderful week and send you a lot of love. And I'll see you soon again. Thank you.